top of the top of the top of the top of Twitch. Not StarCraft 2. You guys know who I'm talking about. Those folks seem to have the most boring fucking streams that I've ever seen. So I literally don't watch it. I've tried. I'm like, why do people watch these people? I don't understand. This is an actual PvP tournament? I don't know. I just casted a Vindicta versus... I mean, there's a lot of Protoss in it. It's just how it goes on some of these. But we actually had 30-something people sign up. We had a lot of Zergs. Decent amount of Terran. And I covered Vindicta versus Blunt Balon before. So we had a PvT, and then I had, unfortunately, had to disappear. Yeah. We have a single PvP. I'm sure there's other ones going on. Actually, let's take a look at the bracket. So, Damaga's still in it versus Sebastis. I missed some. Gref got 2-0'd by Rostock. Alright, anyway. Rostock versus Eba's going on. Little PBZ. Actually, Rostock. Yeah, I believe so. Alright, DisK opening pretty standard. arrogfire always likes the 3-gate robo. The Frenchman loves his 3-gate robo, but I don't see him doing it. He's not just yet. This would be a really late proxy robo if he did do it. I think we might end up in a standard game out of arrogfire. Nope. Not at all. I'm just kidding, guys. He's going to drop a late robo. He's going to 3-gate robo in base. Because he's too based. He's like, DisK is going to go expand. I scouted it. But I already was going to do this anyway. He couldn't find the there's no way he would have been able to land at proxy without it being found. So he's going to be relying on a warp prism and lots of pressure. So this one, theoretically, could be a very fast series. A very fast series. But we'll see. arrogfire is like the kingpin of 3-gate robo, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. And DisK, just as he said in his coaching to me, guys, look at this. He's got his double sentry, double stalker opener. He had to do it. He did it a little differently, but more or less the same thing. Getting his 3rd gate down. DisK, a man of consistency. But he usually plays it pretty well. DisK is a very good player. arrogfire, like I said, he's not quite a meme, but he's quite good at this. And he does it literally every Protoss versus Protoss. But this time it's no proxy robo. Because he couldn't. It's the best he could do if he's going to play this style. And honestly, with the timing with the Warp Prism, it's pretty good. Blink's got a long ways to go. That being said, DisK is usually pretty good at keeping an eye on his chrono. The 2 shield batteries was obviously a reaction to this. Force field's going to segment this off a little bit. Shield, Warp Prism's going to get in here, helping him escort some of these out. But nice exchange from DisK. 3rd gateway's on its way to getting completed. He's going to need that because he's only got 2-gate production right now. So it'd be 3-gate versus 3. It's literally even Stevens, despite the robo. The fact that Blink's going to be done, that means Blink Stalker is just better than non-Blink Stalkers. Technically, you can micro with the Warp Prism. But I don't know. I just don't think it works out too well. Army supply in favor of arrogfire. Still DisK forced to pull the boys. The boys taking a brunt of it. He's technically going to be mining more, but not with too many in probes. He's going to have to watch his money pretty good. He's forced to pull the boys again. One Zealot is forced to go out because, well, he didn't have the gas for another Stalker. That being said, the army supply is in favor of arrogfire still. But he's very committed. He's very all in. It is PvP, so we've seen games like this where it goes on and continues on, another base gets taken, etc., etc. But I'm pretty confident, guys, that this is full send, in other words. Pylon going down is going to be rough for DisK. He's going to lose the shield batteries. DisK blinks forward, takes out the Warp Prism. Now he just has to buy time and deal with this army, but can he do it? DisK is not supply blocked, but it's looking a little rough. Another Warp Prism coming out. That means round 2 for arrogfire. DisK trying to get the units out. He still has a lower number of stalkers. Some of them are coming on the other side of the map for arrogfire. That Warp Prism is going to finish up DisK. He needs to be careful. That being said, a lot of that supply is just across the map, like I said. Alright, DisK having blink means he's not out of it still, though, in my opinion. He's got just enough. He's got his 3rd gate. He's getting a shield battery on the high ground. He's going to fight this out because he knows damn well his opponent is all in. Ay. They're both microing really well, honestly. DisK is just... he knows he's not out of it. He's got to fight this one out. That's why he took the high ground battery. Even if he loses the Nexus, he's technically not out of it yet. He is playing from behind in a way, though, but that's the thing. You just... you push this... you stop the push, you win the game. That's basically it. Boys and a Zealot coming in. Warp Prism out. DisK starting to get more Stalkers, though. It's 32 to 20 army supply. It's kind of scary. The 1 shield battery on the low ground is going to go down. The Nexus looks like it is going to fall. DisK chrono boosting. Trying to get more production out. Oh, no. He's going to lose a lot of supply from the Nexus and the Pylon, though. It's going to be... literally, he's going to be stuck with what he has. Does he have a force field? The answer is yes. But I don't know if he has enough to hold this. DisK is going to be fighting against a guy with a Nexus behind us now, though. arrogfire securing his way on a path to potential victory here. arrogfire might actually take this one, guys. Battery overcharge is activated. And it can go either way. You need my playlist for your stream. Exclamation mark playlist. AN1K. Exclamation mark playlist. All right. Alrighty, this is going on crazy. Sorry, guys, too. Thank you. Rigatron's back. Alright, still 3 gates for DisK. arrogfire going into Twilight, getting that natural up, but he's got the worker lead, obviously, because of this. He's been building some probes here and there, but he's not even saturated over here yet. He's gonna have to pull, now he's gonna pull down. So it kind of evens out. He's gonna start, nah, he's gonna have more mining for sure. DisK finally gaining an army. But I don't know, mate. He's looking like he's in a rough spot. DisK trying to go out, get some damage, sending 4 stalkers across the map. He could actually force a recall. The problem is, what he isn't buying is time. In a weird way, what would have been good with this, even though there's a robo? Well, this didn't have anything out on the map. He didn't have a probe out. Getting some pressure on the other side of the map might be the call, though. With just 4 stalkers, he can certainly get a lot of worker kills. It scouted those stalkers, of course. He does, just as I said, he forces a recall back. Just a few stalkers. DisK and a micro back. He's kind of just trying to distract arrogfire. Does he get the Warp Prism? Almost. Not quite enough. But the recall actually is going to aid to the effort of DisK. Alright, arrogfire is just going to disengage and go back. DisK engage, I just said. DisK, pay attention. He's almost going to lose that stalker. And arrogfire is retreating at the time. It's kind of rough. DisK, on the other hand, now the one that is all in. It's the beauty of PvP. Something that seems pretty cut and dry sometimes in a moment's notice can change just like that. And there's honestly been some incredible micro here. From both of them. arrogfire is about to have blink too. He's leading heavily in the army supply as well. Obviously has more money. Still has the same production. Big Daddy Immortals out. That's going to be... I don't see how DisK does it, honestly, guys. Love me some DisK. But I think the French-Canadian is going to concede to the Frenchman. arrogfire is going to take it. Very, very good stuff. Alrighty. We'll be going on to game number 2 soon. In the bracket, as I'm waiting, we have Demaga versus Sebastis. Nicarax advanced to the round of 4, or round of 8, rather. SC2 Dink has also advanced to the round of 8. Nikic versus Vindicta going on. Iba is going on versus Rostock. Duo Drift. Demaga going on to fight Nicaract after. Talking Camel going on to fight the winner of this versus Yermi. Ooh, poor Foxer got DisK. That is unlucky. I didn't even see that. My man Foxer from Kirktown and Berserker Esports. Oh, my boy Foxer got taken down in a 2-0. American Terran. Yeah, truthfully, there's actually a decent amount of race diversity for how many players have played in today. We happen to get a PvP. Truth be told, that just be facts. Anyway, DisK conceded the first one. He's down a point, needs 2 to win. He is in the upper left, in the red, from Apprentice Esports. And in the upper right, that's right, this map is one of the vertical spawn locations. Give it up for arrogfire. Our Frenchman 3-gate robo aficionado. It's going to be a 2-gate opener from both. That part I'm 99.9% sure. DisK likes to open with 2 gates. I'm a fan of that, and arrogfire loves his 3-gate robo. There's new maps too, so arrogfire might find a spot to proxy this time. I actually swung a little differently than I thought. Yeah, DisK seemed pretty well prepared for it, to be honest, guys. He had 3 gates of his own. He got into Blink. He just didn't have the supply. Because you're spending a lot of time with all that investment into the Nexus and everything, as you should. It just gets tough to hold sometimes. A little bit unlucky. arrogfire already starting to saturate his gases a little quicker. As you can see here. Oh, DisK is dropping his cyber core. No big deal. Nothing out of the norm here. Is going to get his pylon eventually? Question mark. Yep, there he is. arrogfire with an almost full wall, not quite. Pretty sure it's going to be a tight squeeze for Chonky Boy units. I'm not so sure Stalkers can fit out of that. He's a 3-gate. I mean, there's no need to... It's not to insult him. He does... Some people just do that. It's like there's cannon rushers do be a thing. He just does any version of 3-gate robo every time. And he gets... It's just like anything. You do something enough, you become the expert of the build. I've seen him take down some crazy players. You know? I mean, in fairness, guys, I am a little biased. This is the guy that used to proxy Void Ray like literally 99% of all PVZs. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's you're kind of stating the obvious is my point. If you do one thing all the time in a tournament, you're just going to be shut down. But that being said, it's like Max Packs. Max Packs has been improving all the time, and he is the best 1-gate expander. He's always going to 1-gate expand, and he's got like a ton of different responses to different scenarios with a 1-gate expand. So that's a little different though, because you can end up, you end up in a macro game. And if you get all in, you have to hold. Obviously, you're still going to go down that way too. So that's my only point of contention. I will say this, to that testament though, if arrogfire learned to macro out of it a little different, I think it'd be better. Like he did in the last game, but it was like he's so invested in the all-in aspect. Haha, what up, Cicada? Like 3-gate robo can go a lot of ways. Like, I'd like to see arrogfire spice it up. You know, get the pressure in. If he's got the proxy robo, do what I do. Drop a robo bay. Proxy disruptor, baby. Today's been rough. I'm not gonna lie. Today's been rough. Work's been driving me nuts. I mean, I agree with them, but I literally was like, I got a little unprofessional. I should have just not answered my phone, but we fixed the problem for now temporarily. Now I know what's on my agenda this week. All right. Yeah, but like it's weird. Arrogfire. What arrogfire? We already said one good trick pony, guys. Hello? Are we seeing this? It's a macro game. Arrogfire going for a very fast third. Does that mean I'm gonna eat my shoes? Are you guys witnessing this? Arrogfire does not 3-gate robo. He 3 nexuses. We got a macro game. I couldn't tell you the last time I've seen him do this. So DisK versus arrogfire, and he's actually giving him a straight game, but DisK was like, well, we know we're gonna get all in probably. Forcing now DisK didn't really respond any differently. He's going to the forge. He does only have the 2 gates though. Arrogfire could commit down and hunker down on more gates. He's going for a robo of his own, of course, but getting his other gate. DisK is likely to drop some gates right here after too. Wouldn't hate to see charge and +1. He's gonna go for +1 first, which is not a bad move. But wouldn't hate to see charge come down behind this. Alright, DisK getting the observer out. Arrogfire actually doing some good hallucinated Phoenix games. And I think we're going to see our Frenchman actually... He's just showing us we're wrong. He does have some diversity yet. Hello, Tater Tutor. Welcome, welcome. Alright. Yeah, not too much going on. A little poking and prodding. They're both getting information on each other. I don't think this is going to be a total slugfest, but it is just a macro game. One of them or the other is going to push out. Okay. DisK is trying to shark his way around. DisK is going to take a 4th base. He's just going to macro behind it, but I guarantee you he's setting up for something. Arrogfire with a massive army supply, though. Speaking of which, he's going to push right across the map. DisK does have +1 finishing, though. The 4th base, not the end of the world if he loses it, truthfully. Like, if he has to cancel it. Gene Sim, welcome. Alright. Was that an aggressive blink from DisK? I don't know. I think we had a bit of a missed micro here. DisK in a rougher spot because the higher unit count of arrogfire. He's going to have +1 eventually in this. I would just cancel this Nexus. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need to keep it. Arrogfire is going to take one right now. If he cancels it, DisK. Alright, he's trying to buy time. He is going to cancel it. He's buying time there. It does have 1 shield battery below. It does have battery overcharge available, but it's not the ideal spot from the point of attack. Arrogfire. That being said, DisK could potentially get some information on this, which would be pretty big. Warp Prism coming in is a little rough as well, but DisK is dropping more gates. Has Big Daddy Immortal coming. Charge is going to finish up as well. Battery overcharge is activated. And DisK with that upgrade advantage, he's going to come into play here. He's going to have an easier time fighting as he builds up his forces. Arrogfire going for +1 as well. Still, that was some good pressure from Arrogfire. This game isn't over yet. Okay, DisK, he can get into +2, I'd like it. And truthfully, okay, he's doing what I thought he would do. He's going to go take 9 o'clock. Very good play from DisK. Truth be told. All right, 4 more gateways coming online. Not too shabby. I love it. Arrogfire with so many stalkers, those 61 army supply. He's going to have +1 eventually, but it's not going to be for a while. DisK needs everything that he can for an advantage. He tries getting out to Zealot. The Stalker denies the 4th base, by the way, at 9 o'clock that DisK was trying to get. Is not able to do so. Observer going to look over there. And what do we got? Probe building a pylon. So DisK was unable to take that. 2 Immortals are out. That's actually going to be helpful in the fight. DisK mustering up more forces. He's trying to get that. Just 1 Stalker. And DisK, may just... He needs to fork off like a Zealot or a Stalker and just take care of it. Okay, he's going to send 3 Zealots. Going to scare it away. Arrogfire going to reposture. Taking the Zelnaga. Has his Warp Prism. DisK is catching up an army supply. DisK is going into +2 ahead of time. arrogfire just getting charged of his own, getting an immortal out. Finally. He's been very much pressuring on this. Still, the army comp is a little better of DisK. Just more sheer number, just a higher sheer number of stalkers from arrogfire. I like this from DisK. He's going to go try to find a little bit of a counterattack. arrogfire happens to be going back home, though. This little counterattack could get something done. Maybe taking out some probes in the natural or the third base location. Alright. Cute little exchange of fire here. arrogfire just leaving a stalker out to retain some vision, some information on what's going on here. Fourth Nexus finally going up for DisK. arrogfire insanely leading in workers, though. His economy's booming. Yeah, it's not looking like 2023 economics here. Alright, DisK is scouting this out. He has a proxy pylon. It's more of a scouter pylon, I feel like. DisK is going to have to concede this. He's going to lose the stalker. Still, nonetheless, this other stalker. Look at arrogfire. I actually kind of like the stalkers he's been using. Both these guys using some interesting strats. Alright, Zealot Warping's going to be huge to clean this up. At 5 probes do fall. Oh! DisK makes his way into the main base now. Is he getting a few probes? Gonna force a lot of lost mining time. Still, arrogfire's had a big lead here. His fourth base is done, but it's in trouble. DisK got a position, even with his cute run-bys there. This is a lot of units. That's a lot of Protoss, and this fourth base is going down for DisK. This time it's a kill. Pylon, battery, and cannon going down with it. Alright, DisK does have disruptors. I would say they're cope disruptors, but they're actually... and he needs them. Disruptors could help him come back into this. Oh, DisK accidentally targets his own assimilator. Not like this DisK. It's looking kind of bleak. Alright, that being said, some serious work getting done over here on the other side by these Zealots. I mean, there's still just a massive army supply lead for arrogfire. arrogfire improving a lot in his plays, but guys, the more interesting to note is the fact that he threw us a macro game here. I mean, a non-3-gate robo macro game. Oh my god, the disruptor's getting taken out. It's not good for DisK. DisK is down on army supply here too. Still, arrogfire forced to recall the Zealots. Oh my god, DisK dropped the pylon. That's where the Zealots came from. He dropped the pylon in the base. The pylon goes down that he dropped before. DisK losing a lot. DisK is feeling a lot of pressure to be in this because he's behind. He's got a little bit of army supply advantage. But that's only temporary. DisK was trying to pick arrogfire apart, but his macro is really solid, guys. He's got a 5th base down behind it. And DisK has got to, like, make magic happen. I don't see how. His disruptor's just coming out like they're not even out yet. He's taking a lot of beating on his stalkers over here, too. He's just looking way behind. Isn't able to afford +3. arrogfire going into +3. This does have that double robo disruptor production, however. So that's going pretty good for him. Still, arrogfire approaching 80 workers. DisK on 57. He needs something. He needs to get a Nexus up. arrogfire sticking, like, it's gonna sound stupid. That one stalker down here was actually massive. DisK, if he was able to get that 4th base, I think this would go a little bit differently. He's like playing from behind. Now he's playing from insanely behind. The only thing he can really do is he needs some kind of Hail Mary. More disruptors joining the party. And, yeah. Alright, there's a lot of Archons with this army, so the shit just got real. +3, getting ever so closer to coming down. For arrogfire. And DisK is just... he just can't even get his base. He's got the money for it now, but he knows he's going to need units. Eventually, he's going to need to get something done. He really can. He's just got to defend, I guess. He's hanging on by a thread. It's not an easy task. These disruptors are chilling back at the 3rd base location. He's got a lot of disruptors, too. And the more Archons come out, and the more Zealots, if he gets good angles, it could be pretty good. Alright, here we go. Oh, I like it. Alright, now I like it. This kept those disruptors back, so he can kind of surprise them. But they're all going to be scouted by the one Zealot on the side flank. Purification Nova gonna zone the army back, but there's so much here. Disruptor coming in behind, just catching a singular Stalker. Disruptor's coming in. Oh, do catch the 2 Archons. That's huge. DisK has battery overcharge activated. And goddamn, we got ourselves a fight. Lots of Zealots coming in. It's kind of scary, but DisK gets some of his own. Not able to take this 4th base, still. DisK so desperately wants to get it. arrogfire on 5 base economy. He's going into Robo Bay and another robotics facility as well. DisK landed some huge Novas. Oh my god. That just cleaned up a huge chunk of army supply. Can DisK come back? Our man from Canada. The Quebecian versus the Frenchman. God, I gotta hand it to arrogfire though. His macro is really fucking solid, guys. And his control's been great. He's came a long way. We were all just, see, we had the Big Mac talking crap. I was kind of going, yeah, I'm with you, you know, like, but this is what I'm saying. You never know. This guy's been hiding his secret talents of being a good macro player in PvP too. So this is his secret thing. So instead of being like, aha, fun fact, I have another cheese. No. What he's showing us is solid macro and pretty good mechanics. Man, I mean, I've seen him play macro games in the past, but this is... Against DisK? That's a... I would normally just say, I'd like, there's no shot. You know? Protoss don't usually get armor upgrades in PvP. That's the problem, is DisK is not able to get his +3. But yeah, after a while, you kind of get everything. Usually it's more tech switches. You usually go up to +3, and then you go into shields. When all else is exhausted, you go into armor. There are times where there are some builds and some play styles where it's like Mass Blink Stalker or just Stalker Charge Lot, and people will go get double Forge. I'm not opposed to it. It can be a powerful style. I mean, it does have an impact, but it's less impactful. Nice catch on the War Prism by DisK. DisK with a massive army supply lead, though. Now that he has this other base, that's huge, and he's got a lot of disruptors. That being said, so does... Now, arrogfire has some. They are going to go down, though. Disruptor, making some nice contacts. DisK in this massive army supply lead because of his low worker count, and now with this 5th base, or 4th base he desperately needed. He couldn't even get a 4th up. Oh my god, DisK playing like an animal. Just bodying him. He's like, well, I'll show you, pal. Oh my god, nice disruptor on the sideline from arrogfire too, but DisK with his massive army supply lead needs to keep it, but still, he's gonna make some good trades. Gets, oh, just narrowly misses getting the immortal. This disruptor is still on cooldown, but not for long. Charge lot run by is kind of scary for DisK. He needs to keep it all together, but look he's mined out of like everything. DisK really needed this base. He's gonna need to start taking some gases, maybe. He might even need to take another base soon. My god. The thing is, DisK can just outproduce him, is the thing. Disruptors. The thing is, you know what arrogfire needs to do? He's making it harder for himself. He's going additional robos. It's harder than you'd think. But arrogfire needed to transition to Stargate. So getting Phoenixes out at this time could be good. Or making the tech switch, it sounds crazy, to Tempest is another play. Oh my god. So the trifecta production of disruptors from arrogfire is going to be nice. He's got a 6 base on the way. Charge lot run by coming in. Zealot. Oh, Stalker's pushing in on that. I don't know how much I like that, but it is a mostly Stalker composition. Army DisK! His disruptors are kind of in a rough spot. Oh my god. Beautiful connections, though. This is a lot of disruptors, but the problem is he's risking losing this massive army supply into a lot of other disruptors. One disruptor could basically... 2 disruptors could, like, clean up this whole army. That's the thing. That's the thing about the balls. You might say we got a couple of ballsy guys, but DisK, the more ballsy of the 2. Oh, speaking of which, arrogfire does just what I said. He lost like 6 disruptors right there. Holy shit, that's one a spicy meatball. Oh my god, that was pain. But at the same time, there's still a decent amount of disruptors here for DisK. He's building them out 2 at a time. He finished his +3. arrogfire going into shields. DisK has to be careful. See, this is one of the things why people often complain about disruptors, even in Protoss' side, right? It leads for stuff in just a moment's notice, a little map disadvantage, or even sometimes just, I'll say it, damn luck. You can lose every... Oh, nice cancel by DisK. Yeah, he's behind an economy, but it's actually smarter on the other side of it to do that. Oh, DisK coming in with vengeance. He's so mad he lost those. I think he knows... Yeah, he knows where the army is. He saw that. Probe's still out to take that 5th base. DisK eagerly wants. But still, he just takes good fights. For the rest of it, I still have faith in our Canadian Protoss player. Oh, that being said, there was a sick Nova by arrogfire, catching about 5 stalkers. All right, this observer is going to be huge for DisK. It's going to give him some high ground vision. He can see exactly what's going on. DisK. All right, he's going to launch some more Novas. Catches. Oh, gets the disruptor. Gets a few stalkers. arrogfire kind of in this nice position here. Potentially get a pincer on DisK, but this just has too many disruptors yet again. Actually, DisK is fully surrounded. He needs to worry about this disruptor. Gonna be huge. He's gonna blink and target fire. Does he target fire? And he target fires. It's all DisK taking a hugely good fight. arrogfire down to 28 army supply. I think DisK is gonna do it. I mean, he has so many gateways and stuff though too, and his economy's massive. It's going to be mostly reinforced. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's still... DisK is making the trades he needs. He needs to get this base secured and keep up. I think if he maintains at this economy, like we look at the graph, arrogfire is insanely ahead. DisK can always have a larger army at any moment notice, any moment's notice. But the problem is the trade-off is you can't just reinforce it. You have to take good fights. You have to trade effectively. DisK lost a ton of balls, but he's got more balls for days, catching some good trades again. He's going to need these 2 disruptors, I feel like. Well, not really. He just needs not to die to arrogfire's disruptors. Oh, gets a snipe on that one even. The 2 on the high ground are going to come in. Do they land it? Oh, no. 1 just falls narrowly short. DisK losing his balls. arrogfire building them 3 at a time. Still, DisK might actually take out his base. I mean, arrogfire's kind of laughing about that. He's like, he's still got a lot of probes over here, though. And he's had to spend his money, so DisK trades. This is the important part, guys. DisK is traded almost 2 to 1 more efficiently pretty soon if he continues this up. DisK means business. He's not getting out of this that easy. Woof. What a game. All right, DisK knows he needs to get more gas if he's going to keep up the stalker production, etc. arrogfire with an upgrade advantage, too. Disruptors don't care about your shield upgrades, though, mate. All right, still nice catch in one of the Novas. The other one not coming in. DisK keeping the pressure on, zoning him back. At the same time, arrogfire doing a bit of the same. DisK is going to scout this. Oh, my God, arrogfire has a lot of probes just idly right there. Charge lots coming into the equation. Still, charge lots can get eaten up here. DisK still maintaining a massive army supply lead. And, yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, this game is crazy. arrogfire throwing us a curveball. The macro game is how this all starts. Hey, maybe I coached my coach. DisK was taking a Dave Cope mechanism. He dropped that double robo disruptor way earlier on because he couldn't take his 4th. It's a way better way to play it in these kind of games than DTs. Like, yeah, and in this case, it's just DTs are just going to affect the economy more, and you know, obviously it can be countered. And usually, if your opponent has a robo like arrogfire did, he's just fine. Disruptors though are going to trade. Oh, potentially trade. Oh my God, so many disruptors from arrogfire now though. Oh, he's going to make some good trades here. DisK still has a 2 to 1 lead in army supply, but he's about to lose some disruptors here, cleaning up arrogfires. DisK has one really frail one. Still, again, not a lot of money, but arrogfire's been spending so much. He's got lots of static in some spots, but I don't know. The 5 stalker run by. There's no static over here though for DisK. He's going to lose a lot potentially. DisK has to make some decisions though. arrogfire has his balls of his own over here. DisK is going to go blink and catch it. Stalkers, GG's called. DisK, in an incredible comeback, takes it. Holy shit. GG. What a game. More so, what a comeback. It was looking scary for DisK there. But somehow he manages to decisively take it back. Woo. I'm exhausted just looking at it. Arrogfire's playing without sound? Holy shit. Seriously. Wow. DisK even said, what a Chad. DisK is such a nice guy on that stuff. Oh my god, please be my neck and not like an artery. Really gotta take care of myself. Holy shit. How you doing, Countess? What's going on? Alright, I'm gonna put the lobby link here for these guys too. DisK got me in, but just in case. I don't know if Love You. Oh, was he stuck without a series? I think he might have been stuck without a series. I Love You. This is the other caster. Love You. Followed his channel. I think I've seen him around. I don't know. Not familiar with him, but I just found him today. I didn't know he was casting. Honestly, I would have taken the afternoon off as good as this is. Oh, killing me. Sorry, guys. Oh, but it's how I slept, because Man, might be just too hot for this, too. Alright, guys. Sweaty game, sweaty Dave. Oof. Here we are. Score is 1-1. It's a match point. In the upper left-hand corner of hard lead. In the red, give it up for Apprentice Esports DisK. And his opponent in the bottom right, from Alphax. Or, actually, I can't remember his team now. It's arrogfire. He's formerly on Alphax. Sadly disbanded. Big shout out to Sushi and thanks for all the years of stuff they did. Alright, that being said. It's gonna be a high ground 2-8 before. And amazingly, arrogfire did play with no sound, too. He's like, I'm actually practicing macro. Clearly. He's pretty good at it. If he's just getting into it, guys, bear with me just a minute. I need to grab something because I'm hotter than a bastard. I'm just going to follow this probe for a minute. I'll be right back. Alright. Well, anyway. Getting into it. Is it going to be a 3-gate robo again for arrogfire? Let's find out. Or is he going to show us something else? Has he been working on Stargate builds or anything? DisK will certainly go Stargate sometimes. We'll go for the cheeky Oracle play. Alright, it's going to be a double adept from arrogfire. I have reason to believe it's going to be a 3-gate robo. arrogfire sending his probe out. I could be wrong. He said, you throw the 2 adepts out, it could do a little cheeky damage. DisK is keeping a probe there in advance. Oh, the tickle beam is going to take care of the probe. If not, the stalker will eventually catch up. Maybe. Is going to keep that, or is arrogfire going to keep that alive? DisK getting a block on the pylon, the probe. Is he going to go out for like a later proxy? Oh, arrogfire, you Chad. No, he's going back home. We have the Eric Cartman here. Countess, I don't know if you saw it earlier. Mate, you missed it. We witnessed a macro game out of arrogfire game. That was actually an insanely sweaty game. He literally almost 2-0 DisK. And he, like I said, he even said he played it without sound. Man, he really had DisK sweating to win that one. I'll tell you right now. When you see DisK not able to take a 4th base and forced into double robo disruptor. No, he played, like, not only that, he played really well. Like, everybody that saw it here witnessed it. To a point where I go, bro, I thought all you did was cheat. Or all you did was, you know, I was shocked to see you play a macro game, basically. Yeah, he really needed those audio alerts playing against that many. Like, DisK had so many disruptors. But just, oh, that was probably one of the best PvPs I've got in a while. I've had some really good series too, but that's definitely up there on some of the ones I got. The OSC stuff was really cool too last week. That being said, we have some OSC coming up after this. We have the Masters Cup, which honestly didn't have... For all this, that was my doing. Should have maybe considered doing it another day, but I really don't know what to do at this point. My schedule. I'm trying to make up from a rough start today. DisK in a lot of trouble, actually. It's 33. 20 workers. arrogfire. Look at this. He's got a Nexus. He actually went into Stargate, too. Oh, my God. These oracles put in the work. I think DisK is just so thrown off by the fact that arrogfire is playing macro games. 2 oracles coming in. They have some energy. Shield battery's a little further to the side. These are new maps and a new patch, by the way. And these guys usually play on EU. So it's a little bit news to them. Because they're playing on NA right now. Because of the scuffness of Blizzard, sadly. Not updating everything. Alright, DisK is playing from very behind. arrogfire 38 for 27 workers. He got damn good work done with these oracles. Holy shit. Meanwhile, chat's like, that would have been amazing if you could have clicked probes. Oh, I mean, you could have definitely done better, but still. All together. Actually, it wasn't even the oracles. You're right. You did miss. It wasn't the oracles. It was the adepts. So that's the only thing. He did lose 4 adepts, but still. That's entirely worth it. The oracles are still alive, even though one's in there injured. I don't know why I said the oracles still. Gotta give the man some credit. He's trying to practice actually playing some other styles in PvP. Personally, I'm all for it. Alright, DisK going for a proxy. He knows he needs to get something done. Is he... Alright, probe staying here. It's in line of the Zelnaga. 3rd base going on for arrogfire. arrogfire is going to scout this. It's a proxy gate, so it's going to be 4-gate blink. This is going to be shut down. Yeah, this is going to be shut down eventually. It's 100% scouted. DisK trying to make his way over there. He's not going to be able to do so. The probe's duking it out over here. This probe going to go down out. He's going to go for the probe because he knows he wants another pylon. He wants to finish this. He wants to put the pressure on DisK supply block even from it. Get building another pylon back home. We'll take a look after. Or are we? It's going to be a big fight right here. Shield battery going to finish up here pretty soon. DisK has to make decisions on what the target fire. You can't worry about the battery too much right now. Guardian Shield going to be into play for a bit, but it is going to go down. The sentry goes and is actually taken right out. That being said, oracles, one of them was taken down. DisK did lose 4 probes behind it. Again, he's playing from behind. He's got to make the moves. That's why this is the case. The probe coming in with the army. I think that might be a misclick. Maybe not. All right. Actually. Army supplies closed. Batteries out of energy. Battery overcharge is available. It is going to be activated, but still, this takes the fight to the high ground advantage. It's getting a little crazy. There's still macroing behind it, but he is quite down. It's a third base, the 2 base. No additional tech for DisK because he's gotten so behind from those adepts earlier. Anyway. Fight is going to continue on, and, well... sick micro from both DisK, Micro and his heart out here, but he's taking a beating. Look at how injured these stalkers are. Where he led in supply, he's bled in stalkers. Nice stasis wards from arrogfire. DisK. Oh my god, he's forced into it. I knew it was coming, guys. I knew it was coming. What's coming? The DTs are eventually going to be there. There is an Oracle out. It is a Stargate play. There's no Robo behind us for arrogfire. DisK has to buy time, but you know what? Outside of the Oracles, there's no other detection. DisK, though, losing his army supply, very committed. Needs to make some magic happen here. In a way, being that he's behind, I almost feel like he should have backed off, but he wants to keep that proxy alive. He's behind time in it. Another stasis port. Yeah, see, he just can't win the fight. DisK has to disengage at this point. It sucks. It really sucks, but he has to disengage. I mean, like, on his side of it. Oh, GG's called arrogfire. Very well done. Surprising us all. And, yeah, taking it. There's OSC stuff on because I'm going to be casting it after. And no, everybody has those in-game logos, Sibajan. It's not as easy as just throwing a file on. It kind of is, but not quite. You have to do some things for logo files. Oh, man. I can't believe it. arrogfire did it. Very good games from both. I think arrogfire probably getting in DisK's head. If I was to guess. If I was to guess. All right.
Giddy up.